All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. My name is David Achom, and I'm going to be, guiding you through the weeks. All right. So it's good that you're seeing me, so you know what I look like. Yeah, so drop your location in the chat box. Where are you joining from right now? Where are you right now? Where are you right now? Where are you right now? Drop your location in the chat box. Where are you exactly? Where are you exactly? By the way, I'm not in Nigeria right now, but I'll be back soon. Hopefully September or before then. I'll be back soon. So just talk to us very quickly in the chat box. Where are you joining from right now? Where are you joining from right now? Joshua said Lagos, Nigeria. How possible? How possible are you in Lagos and Abuja at the same time? How possible are you in Lagos and Abuja at the same time, brother? So talk to us very quickly. Where are you joining from right now? Where are you joining from right now? What's your name? Where are you joining from and whatnot? I want to know you. I want to know, I like to connect with my students. All right. So I want to know exactly where you are right now. Where are you right now? I'm right now in Ghana actually. All right. I'm not in Nigeria. I came for something outside. It's like a conference, right? Pretty much. But yeah, where are you? 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 Where are you joining from? Lagos, Enugu, Lagos, Lagos, Lagos. We have a lot of Lagos. That means we should do something in Lagos. In September. I think we should, or maybe October at the most. But I think we should do something. I'll try to plan something, make the announcements, go viral and whatnot. All right. Abuja, that's addition of success. Ondo Akure, right? Yeah, Ondo is Akure. So, Lord, this season, Ondo State. I want to know where you guys are, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. I need you to talk to me. All right. Before we get right into the class, remember today I said I'll just do like an intro, full intro to Forex. So if you've never heard about Forex, I bet you don't want to miss this class. I bet you want to stay to the very end. If you have heard about Forex, and you're trading, but you think you want to just have like a refresher course to refresh your mind on everything you thought you've known, yeah, then yes, this is the best place for you also, and the right place to learn about Forex from us. And the right place to learn about Forex from us. All right. So talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Is this class recorded? Oh yes, the same link you used in joining is the same link you used to replay the recorded session. It is live on YouTube, so it is definitely recorded. All right, the class is definitely recorded. I'm going to start today's class. Like I said, it's an intro. All right, it's an intro. So I'll just brush through many things, and hopefully that should be a good guideline for us to start today. Hopefully that should be a good guideline for us to start today. But like I always love to do, please, if at any point you're confused, that if at any point you need guidance, if at any point you need me to pause and answer your question, feel free, type your questions. Don't wait till the end of the class. You might forget. All right. Don't wait till the end of the class. You just might forget. You just might forget. Okay. Like honestly, don't wait. Just go ahead and ask your questions if you have any question. Okay. You actually don't need to wait till the end of the class to ask me questions. I'm not a scary teacher. I'm not a scary teacher. So you can actually ask me questions, in between the class. And I'll respond. Okay, I'll respond. That said, let's just get right into the class for today. Let's just get right into the class for today. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to be sharing my screen, and hopefully, I'll be able to do one of the things with regards to class for today. Let me just read the comment section over again, just to be sure there's nothing I'm really missing out on. I hope not. I hope there's really nothing I'm missing out on. But let's just read the comment section all over again. Okay, let's just go through the comments all over again. So there's really nothing we're missing out on. There's really nothing we're missing out on. This is just a very official class. So I'm saying unofficial because we're going to have a proper introduction to Forex. All right, for those of you who are a part of the free, Forex training that we're doing for PSF for 2,500 people. For those of you who are a part of that, yes, definitely, you're going to get a refresher course. You're going to get a whole class dedicated to you. All right. But for those of us who join us every Monday, this is our culture. We do it every Monday. This is week 123. It means we've been doing it for 123 weeks in a row. That's some consistency. Show me anything you've been doing for 100 weeks, and I know that you must start it. 100 weeks, that's 2 years, yeah. Some people say 153 weeks, that's 156 weeks. That's what some people say. That 3 years is mastery, 153 weeks. So I'll get there. 153, that's not a lot. We'll get there. Hopefully before July next year, we should be on 153 or even 156. That should be 52 weeks per year times 3 years. All right. That said, I'll just share my screen, do a little bit of intro to Forex. Yeah. And we get into the class and what we have. All right. So Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Hi guys, am I still right now? The network kicked me out actually. Sadly, I'm not in my own country. So you can expect the whole back and forth. Like you can actually expect it. I'll go back to my country. So I've been suffering it. I've been struggling with the internet for a while now. Anyways, that said, we have market mastery program, and what I'll do in this class is just a little bit of intro. Actually, so I'll not go in this. I'll just do an intro. We want you to pitch, we want you to lot size, we want you to multiple lots, we want you to just little things like that. Now, the essence of it is so you are familiar with the idea. Okay? So that you are familiar with the idea of Forex. Now, I always tell every of my students, by the way, I've been teaching since 2021. I've been teaching Forex. Teaching other things along the way. I've been a Forex coach, professional Forex coach. And yes, I became profitable before I started. So I think legally I have the right to brag into the place of profitability because I first became profitable before I started teaching. That said, if you do not try, the chances of success drops to zero. What did I say? If you do not try, at least if you do not even give it an attempt, the chances of success drops to zero. If you do not give it an attempt, the chances of success drops to what? Zero. So give it a try. Now, what is trading? How many of you remember, in primary school they taught us trade by barter system. So trade by barter system, people used to exchange goods for goods. I have rice, one bowl of rice. You have beans. I want to eat rice. You want to eat beans. Sorry, you have beans. I have rice. I want to eat beans. You want to eat rice. We're like, you know what? Let's swap. Take what I have. I'll take what you have. Since we both need what each other person have. Now, that was working for for a while. Up until people start saying, I'm giving you, for instance, now, how can I give you this whole big fruit? But what you're giving me in return is just one bottle water. You need to have a way of measuring it so that you're not giving me too much or I'm not giving you too much. And so their resolution was that um, they want to be able to give you a measured quantity of an item and get in return a commensurate measure of that quantity that was given out. I hope I'm not speaking too much grammar. They initially said, I want to be able to give you a definite quantity of the item you require, and I want to be able to get in return an equivalent or a similar quantity of the product or service that you require as an exchange for what I collected from you. So they now introduce measure, scale. So they will say 1 pound, by pound they mean the weight. 1 pound of water is equal to 1 pound of beans. That's what they started saying. But people now asked, and it was working for a while. It was working for a moment. Oh, I give you 1 pound or 1 kilogram of water. You give me 1 kilogram of rice. And it was working for a while. Up until some people started saying, no, now it takes less stress to get water than it takes to get rice. You cannot now measure both of them equally. And so they started putting price tags on each of those things based on two things, based on supply and based on demand. What did I say? They started putting prices on each of the items. So 10 kilogram of water is equal to 1 kilogram of rice because of the availability of water and the demand of water. Availability means supply, and then the need of other people for water means demand. So a lot of people need water, but a lot of people have water. Compared to a lot of people need rice, but not a lot of people have rice. So we have to increase the price of rice so that we can get more money in return for each kg of rice we give out. And that's where measuring scale came into the picture. Remember, first we started from measuring good for good. Now measuring an a disuniform amount of a good for another. They now decide measuring a uniform amount of a good for another. At some point, people start saying, you know what? I need rice. You need beans, but I have plantain. Let me be able to sell my plantain for money and buy your rice for money, instead of exchanging our goods. Because how can we find the person that has beans that will give us and must need plantain? But that's what we have. Say no, let's be able to sell plantain to someone that needs it, even though the person doesn't need what we have, or even though we don't need what the person have. So decide exchanging goods for money. Remember, first it was good for goods, then second it was a measured amount of goods for another measured amount of goods. Now third is measured amount of goods for money. People started exchanging money for a measured amount of goods. If I'm making sense and you are understanding, I want you to type 777, number 7, number 7, number 7 in the chat box. If I'm making sense, if you understand what I'm saying, because I'm trying to explain to you what is trading, I need to first walk you through this so you have an in-depth understanding of trading, of the concept of trading. Does that make any sense? I want you to write 777 in the chat box if you understand what I am saying. Now, while we are waiting for them to write 777, let me continue explaining what trading is. So people are exchanging a measured amount of a good for money. At some point, they started exchanging something else. Guess what? They started exchanging money for money. So I have 1,000 naira. I'm going to Israel. They don't spend naira in Israel. Or I have $1,000. I'm going to Ghana. They don't spend dollars in Ghana. I have 1,000 dirhams. I'm going to UK. They don't spend dirhams in the UK. So what can we do? So they now started exchanging money for money. So you go to the country, then you give them that your money, then based on supply and demand in each person's country and the weight, the economic power of that country, you can determine how many units of my own country's currency I will need to get X amount of your own country's currency. So you will need $1,000 to get 1.5 million naira. So decide measuring money in that way. Remember, first it was goods for goods, then a measured amount of goods for a measured amount of goods, Then they measured the amount of goods for money. Now, money for money. They started doing money for money exchange. This came in long ago. I'm talking thousands of years before Christ. Am I making any sense, please? Now, that was what money, that was how money was being exchanged. They needed to go there, travel down there, exchange the money, then come back. Now, Forex is the last part of it. Remember, money for money, physical cash for physical cash. Now, people started exchanging physical cash for online money. That's when banks came into the picture. I'll go and deposit money in the bank, but I'll see it in my phone. Really? Yes. I'll deposit in the bank, but it will reflect on my phone. Oh, nice. That's electronic money. Amazing. Then the last part of it is now when they start exchanging electronic money for electronic money. Remember, physical cash for physical cash, then physical cash for electronic money to cut the travel time. Now, electronic money for electronic money. Now, Forex is the exchange of electronic money. What did I say Forex is? Forex is the exchange of any form of electronic money. In fact, trading in itself is the exchange of any form of electronic money. Any form of electronic money, whether digital currency, whether stocks, whether countries' currencies, whether indices, any form, whether NFTs, any form of electronic money that is being exchanged, that is trading. Trading is the exchange of any form of electronic money. Any form of it at all is trading. Am I making any sense, please? Any form of electronic money is trading. Any form. As long as you are exchanging it, you are trading. The only thing is that you are not trading with the expectation of a change in the value over time, whether the value should go up or the value should go down. But you are trading with the mindset and expectation that this thing will increase over time or will reduce over time. So you have an expectation on your electronic money. Profit is made when you accurately predict, oh, it will go up and it went up, you have made profit. Oh, it will go down and it went down, you have made profit. Loss is when price goes opposite your prediction. Oh, I'm predicting that it will go up, but it went down. Oh, you've lost money. Oh, I'm predicting that it will go down and it went up. You've lost money. If you understand trading very well now, remember I said I first took it from exchanging goods for goods, exchanging a measured amount of goods for a measured amount of goods, then exchanging a measured amount of goods for money, then exchanging money, physical cash for physical cash, then exchanging physical cash for electronic cash. Now exchanging electronic cash for electronic cash. Trading is electronic cash for electronic cash because you don't need to touch physical cash at all. From the comfort of your home. In fact, I'm not in Nigeria, but I'm trading. Yeah, I'm not in Nigeria right now, but I'm trading. That is the power of trading. That is the power of trading. That is the power of trading. So trading is the exchange of any form of electronic cash. Any form of electronic cash being exchanged is trading. If you understand what I just explained, I want you to write capital letter impact in the chat box. IMPACT, capital letter impact in the chat box. If you understand what I'm saying, I want you to write capital letter impact in the chat box. Capital letter impact. Capital letter impact in the chat box. Capital letter impact. Capital letter impact in the chat box. Capital letter impact in the chat box. Only 2 people understand what I've explained so far. That's bad, man. That's bad. You see Black, Vincent, Jim, David, Elu, Yemi. I mean, it keeps going on and on. Amazing. Amazing. Kinloluwa Adeleye. Amazing. Anyways, so since I've explained what trading is, let's go and do something else. Oh, and remember I said there are different types of financial instruments, but I will not touch on that today till when we are doing the live stream on that. Okay? So let's just go straight into all these ones I'll touch on it later. Not now. Let's go straight into what is a PEEP. Oh, let's do this. In Forex, what we trade actually is the exchange rate. All right, we don't trade it, like I said, it's electronic money. So we don't trade um the money. Like we're not buying the dollar or buying the naira. No, that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we are trading the exchange rate. You're saying I predict the price will do this. I predict the price will do that. So as against another country's currency. So in Forex, it must involve two countries' currencies too. If not, it's not Forex. As long as it's Forex, it must involve two countries' currencies. As long as it's Forex, it must involve two country currencies, except it's not Forex. If it's Forex, it must involve how many? Two countries' currencies. Okay? Now, what do we trade? We trade the exchange rate. I'll go in depth on this another day. I'll go in depth on this the day we are doing the live stream. Remember, this is just an unofficial intro to Forex. But in exchange rate, we're trying to say, oh, 1 naira is equal to, I'm sorry, $1 is equal to 1,500 and whatever naira. So we are trading that exchange rate. Saying, I predict that naira will go from 1,500 to $1 to 1,100 to $1 in the next 20 minutes, or in the next 3 days, or in the next 1 week. You're predicting based on future price action, or rather previous price action, based on what has happened in the past. Now, I need to understand that Forex is not what all those your people used to say, sporty bet. No. Forex is not. It's like you're calling a professional weather forecaster and check what the weather will do. That's not prediction, no. I tell you, that's not prediction. That's mastery. Yes, and so we are having forecasts. We are taking guesses, blind, wild guesses. You're not in any way in that business. We don't do that. Over here, we don't do that. We don't make wild guesses. No, we don't do that at all. What we do is we predict the price will do this, and price does it. But those predictions are based on what has happened in the past. So in the past, whenever Trump says this is what happens. No, so now Trump said this, then it should happen again. Or in the past, whenever the candle goes up and down in this manner, price usually fall. So now that the candle goes up and down in that same manner, price might fall again. Now you now take a sell position because you're expecting the price should fall again. Am I making any sense? So I need you to know that we trade the exchange rate based on accurate predictions. Accurate predictions by experts, not random people on Instagram that are telling you, because they show off flashy, whatever, and I'll tell you to buy and you're buying. Promise you, it doesn't always work that way. Let's leave it at that. It does not always work that way. All right. Now, what's a PEEP? A PEEP is the universal measure of exchange of any currency. Not just even currency, actually, even crypto. Well, I'll give you an instance. This bottle water now is 750 ml. That's 75 cl. This 75 cl. If you go to Nigeria and say I need 75 cl, this is the same quantity they will give you, 75 CL. If you go to UK, I need 75 CL. Same thing. You go to Tanzania, 75 CL. Same thing. If you go to Dubai, 75 CL, same quantity. It means CL is the universal measure of that value of the quantity. The way to measure the quantity in anywhere in the world is CL. The way to measure the amount of change in any part of the world is pips. As long as you're a trader, you must get used to the word pips, because pips is how every trader communicates. If you go to US and say, oh, I made 75 pips, they know what you mean. Go to Nigeria, I made 75 pips, they know what you mean. Go to Morocco, I made 75 pips. Guess what? They know what you mean. I promise you, they know what you mean. In fact, let's make it funny. Go to South Africa, they know what you mean. Go to Bangladesh, tell them you made 75 pips, they know what you mean. So your work is to learn how to calculate pips, so that whenever anybody tells you I made 75 pips, you understand what the person means. And whenever you want to tell someone 75 pips, you actually know what you are saying. Next thing is lot size. Lot size is the quantity of order placed. The quantity of order you are placing is called lot size. What do I mean? Give me 10 packs, no, 10 dozens of bottled water. What you're trying to say is give me 120 pieces of bottled water. 1 dozen is 12. In any part of the world, everybody knows that 1 dozen is 12. Now, 1 lot is what? 10,000, 100,000 units actually. It's actually 10,000 units, yeah. 1 lot is 10,000 units. Anywhere in the world you are in, they know what you mean by 10,000 units or 100,000 units. You know, all you need to say is, don't say it in units, say it in lots. Oh, I used 3 lots, 3 standard lots on gold. They know what you mean, sir. You don't need to explain all over again. They know what you mean. Lot size is like dozen. Oh, give me 4 crates of egg. Anywhere in the world you are in, 1 crate, they know that 1 crate is 30. They know what you mean. Don't try to explain further. They know what you mean. But that's the universal language used to explain, used to communicate the size of order you are placing. Remember, I've said 2 things. Pips is the distance, the amount of loss, change in value of pips. And so the order you are placing. Do you understand? So, I placed 1 lot, but I lost 20 pips on GBP USD. They know what you mean. They know the amount you lost. I promise you, they know what you mean. They understand you. Just speaking the language of a trader, and they know what you mean. As long as you're speaking the language of a trader, I can promise you, sir, they know what you mean. Like, there's nothing new under the sun. They know what you mean. Do you understand? Then last thing I'll talk about today on the intro to Forex, last thing I'll talk about is time zones, trading time zones and pairs. That's the last thing I'll talk about today. Trading time zones. So their best time to trade, just like if you're a social media manager, their best times to post on your Instagram, Facebook, all those other things. Yeah, to go to work in Nigeria, it's time to go to work in UK. So trading time zones is the time they go to work in New York, in Tokyo, Sydney. Do you understand? But that's their work time. So I converted everything to GMT. Then if you're in Nigeria, you do GMT plus one. If you're in Ghana, you do GMT. Anywhere you are, you now change it based on your own time zone. But I converted everything to GMT. So in London, they go to work 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. GMT. In New York, their own 8 a.m. is GMT 1 p.m. In New York, their own 8 a.m. is 1 p.m. in GMT. That is 2 p.m. in Nigerian time. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's 2 p.m. in Nigerian time. Now, Sydney session is 10 p.m. Nigerian time. Actually, 11 p.m. Nigerian time. Sydney session is 11 p.m. Nigerian time. 10 p.m. in Ghana or any other GMT countries. That's Greenwich Meridian time zone. Tokyo also. I put the time zones there. Now, the two biggest trading centers in the world are London and New York. What did I say? The two biggest trading centers in the world are London and New York. The two biggest trading centers in the world are London and New York. Now, London is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. New York is open 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. So the best time to trade is when London and New York overlap themselves. So when is the best time to trade? Between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Let's say max of 7 p.m. Best time to trade Forex between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Nigerian time. Just work with your Nigerian time. I've converted it for you. Best time to trade is between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Nigerian time. That's the best time to trade. I cannot enter a trade after 5 p.m. I cannot still remain in a trade after 7 p.m. Except my aim is to swing that trade. Then I can wait. But see, I'm trying to day trade. I don't skip trades longer than 5 p.m. 6, 7 max because of sometimes FOMC happens at 7 p.m. So I just stay till like 7, 7:30 and I close out. That's at the max. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you've not learned anything that I need to learn that the best time to trade between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Nigerian time. That's where the big movement happen. That's where what the big movements happen. That's where the big movements happen. Okay? That's where the big movement happens. Now, I've done that and I'm happy that I've shared knowledge with you guys. I'm sure you guys have learned a thing or two also. Oh my god, I'm so handsome, man. I look very cute in this. Don't mind me. So I'll just quickly walk through the expectation for the week on GBP so that we can trade and make money from the markets. So we can trade and make money from these markets. Okay, so we see the price. You can see the price cleared out liquidity here. See price cleared out liquidity here. Price cleared liquidity and immediately went up after clearing the liquidity down here. So going up, price has not broken. Well, on this lower time frame, it has broken out of this place. On the lower time frame, it has broken out of this place. On the lower time frame, it has broken out, right? So what are we going to be expecting? Expect price to come inside this field order block. for a buy, right? But now, I want to buy actually. But now I need price to also clear out this zone here. But this is the next low, right? So I go down to my 4 hours to refine it. So on the 4 hour time frame, what we are refining is this. This is what we are refining on the 4 hour time frame. This is what we are refining on the 4 hour time frame, right? So I'll be expecting price to come find its way down into this zone so that we can buy it. Now, since we're expecting price to find its way down into this zone to buy, what can we do to follow price down? Because we need to make sure price comes here, right? And before come down here, that means price needs to sell. Now, what will make price sell is the exact same thing we did down here, for the opposite of it. Okay, a field order block here. This was a field order block here. You can see this was a field order block here. So this becomes our new protected high, right? And if you're protecting this high here, that means we are obviously looking for price to and the price did this liquidity sweep here. To wait for price to come and sweep this liquidity here and sell. So yes, price will buy up. So this is what I'm expecting. Price does this, it enters this zone and then starts dropping massively, right? So that's what I'm expecting on 4 hours. But let's refine it a little bit more on a 1 hour chart. So let's go to 1 hour charts very quickly and see how we can refine it. On the 1 hour chart, how can we refine it? So very quickly, we're going to check out. Okay. Okay. Price broke this low here, immediately gave us a new high. Actually, this was when the price swept liquidity here. And then after sweeping it, it went all the way up. We can see something nice should happen here. Should in case price doesn't come all the way up here, second thing I'll be expecting is second thing I'll be expecting is second thing I'll be expecting here, if price does not come all the way up, is that price should get to this zone. Price should get here, clean it up, and then fall. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So I'll be expecting sales from here. These are protected high. So we can keep it at 50 pips. Obviously, our stop loss is not going to be 50 pips, but we're just keeping it at 50 pips there for the sake of this this consideration I'm trying to do here. This is a good take profit one. That's 1:3. But our overall TP is all the way down here. All right. There's 1:5. That's our overall TP. So I'm expecting price to come all the way here and sell. And we are selling for a good buy, like for a very healthy buy. Where we buy coming soon. And that's why we're selling. We're selling only because we have a buy coming soon. The reason we are selling is because we have a buy coming soon. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting on GBP USD right now. Actually, I'll send it to the group. I'll send it to the group now so everybody is aware of what we're expecting. I'll send it to the group now. So this GPS is so if you're on the WhatsApp group, then you should see it soon. If you're on the WhatsApp group, then you should see it soon. So I've sent it also on the Telegram for those of you that are there. Let me forward it to the YP1. I only sent it here because that's the analysis we currently did. So that's the only reason I'm sending it to this group. That's the only reason I'm sending it to this group, okay? Because it's something we're currently doing right now. That's the only reason I'm sending it to the group. Because it's something we're currently looking at right now. Okay. What else are we looking at for? That's all. And I would not want to stay longer than I plan to, only because today is a long one. I'm not in Nigeria, like I said, so I need to get prepared, freshen up, and then we head out. And then we head out. Anyways, if you've gotten value so far, I want you to go to the group chat. Any group where you got this link from, go there and write value. If you got it from a channel, an announcement channel, go and comment. You can reply under a post, reply value. If I don't see that, then I'll assume that you didn't get value from today's class. And I also assume that you don't need me to, go live with you any other day. All right, so go and write value on the group. Go and write value on the group. Go and write value on the group. And I'm going to be here waiting for those messages. Go and write value, write value, write value, write value, write value. I'm going to be here waiting for those value across board. If I don't get those values, then I'll assume, like I said, that you guys didn't get no value from me today. Okay? That's what I'll assume, that you didn't get any value from me today. So on the WhatsApp now. Any group where you got this message from, don't write in my DM. Please. I'm seeing some people write in my DM. Please don't write in my DM. Type on the group where you got this message from, write value. That's how I'll know that you got value. Please, not in my DM. Please, not in my DM. Please, not in my DM. Some people are in my DM right now. Not one, not two. Please. Please, not in my DM. Thank you very much. I've had a good one with you guys today, and I believe that we'll have more greater sessions coming soon. All right, I need to run out right now. So, you guys have a good one, and God bless you. Bye.